actually have Mac. He was on episode 40. And yeah, he was the guy that wore the green turtleneck. And there was a lot of controversy towards him on his episode. So welcome. How you doing?
Great, great. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Good, good, good. Now, so I think the first question I want to ask you is, how did you find the experience on the show?
I had fun. It was a great experience. Coming there, everybody was cool before and after the show. The production, yourself, the producer, host. It was a great time. I had a good time. Although I can say before coming on the show, I had been drinking like all day, out, and so I was pretty.
All right, welcome back to BM Talks to them. So today we actually have Mac. He was on episode 40. And yeah, he was the guy that wore the green turtleneck. And there was a lot of controversy
Looking like Mr. Grinch.
towards him on his episode. So welcome. How you doing?
Great, great. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Good, good, good. Now, so I think the first question I want to ask you is, how did you find the experience on the show?
I had fun. It was a great experience. Coming there, everybody was cool before and after the show. The production, yourself, the producer, host. It was a great time. I had a good time. Although I can say before coming on the show, I had been drinking like all day, out, and so I was pretty intoxicated during the show. But like I said, it was a good time. I had a blast.
So the way that you presented yourself, would you say that alcohol played a part?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely for sure, 100%. It was more like a kickback. You know what I'm saying? More or less,
Right.
more or less than. I mean, a lot of the things that I said, I was serious about. When I went back and watched it, though, all I'm
Really?
gonna say is in regards to that. Yeah, I was really intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? So a lot.
Man, look, if you're intoxicated on this show, right? You walk in there, they want the real, they don't want the drunk you. These women want the real, everybody wants the real version of everybody. Of course, plenty of people might, I'm not going to say plenty of people, but I've never been to the show. I don't know what it looks like back there, but people talk about, oh, I made another drink and I made another drink, or we had some shots in the back, and then you come out and now you're drunk. So we're ourselves at the bar on a dating show. Just come out there regular, man. There was one part towards the end, I think it might have been on the last girl that came out, but yeah, like throughout the episode, he got skipped. Like they skipped asking him questions. And I was like, what? Did they just edit that part out and they like skipped over him? I was like, oh shit. I said, okay, it's got bad.
A lot of people might have took me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Because of some of the things that I said. But where I'm from, in my culture, in my community, we tell jokes, we laugh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody does. Um, but yeah, there was a lot of judgment there from those actions. But like I said, I don't regret it. I had a great time on the show. Spoke to several of those ladies after the show, and it's all cool. It's all love.
Okay. That's
Okay.
good.
I mean, you did call me. You did want to come on the podcast and kind of like, you know, let people know who you really are. And it's good that you had a chance to watch the episode and you kind of saw how you was, and you wanted to come on here and kind of clear some things up. So um obviously,
Like through watching him on an episode, looking at him drunk, you can see his actual real personality, but you can see the alcohol version of it like covered on top of it. You can tell he wasn't sober.
there was a lot of comments towards you,
Right,
and even myself, as I'm not gonna lie, when I was filming, I had to have a word with you a couple of times.
right.
And it's one of the things where it's like when you go on that show and then you watch it afterwards, it's almost like two different experiences. You're kind of like, damn, like that's me. You feel me?
Right, right,
Like when you was there, you're not realizing these things. But
right.
from watching the episode, what could you have done better?
Not drink before the show,
I was about to say, yeah,
Right.
been less drunk.
Obviously, yeah.
and not drink before the show. And there were some things like, for instance, when a lot of people, there was a big thing. Somebody reposted it. It was about the W-2 thing, the 1099 and the W-2
Oh
thing,
yeah,
Yeah.
and
I forgot
to
about that.
address that. I teach financial literacy, for a living. So I know what a 1099 is. I know what a W-2 is. I get people funded for their companies all the time. Um, but nevertheless, I want to say this. I don't judge people whether they're independent contractors driving an Uber or they're CEO executive that works for a firm. I respect all people in their own right. And in my dating experience, that was just a question that I wanted to ask her and critique her on. Now she might be very successful in what she's doing with a 1099, and that's okay. I wasn't saying any of my comments to bash or belittle women. I don't want people to think, oh, he's a
I knew
womanizer,
people were gonna do that
and
though.
he's
I knew people were gonna say. I was like, oh man, people are not gonna like that because he was like, oh, I need somebody that's a 10 like a W-2 employee. Like it almost seemed like he don't trust 1099 employees. Like he don't trust he don't trust them with a women. But I don't know, maybe he went to some scammers, so women did some sketchy shit. To where it's just like, you talking about 1099? I need W-2 employee,
he's trying to downplay this
something a
girl,
little bit
and
more stable.
or make himself seem up one.
But the thing is, I think she said she worked for a family member or something like that. She worked for a family member, if I could remember.
It's just, we all are allowed to have standards, and in this community, and in our community, and in our civilization, in this day and time, women have a real big issue with men who have standards. And if you got standards and you don't want to sleep with a woman on the first night, they might say, "Oh, he's zesty." If you take care of yourself overtly, as a woman would maybe say, like a man going to the spa, getting his nails done or his feet done, upkeeping himself, getting his hair done, getting
Mm-hmm.
groom, haircuts, regular things that we do as men.
Yeah,
Some women might be used to, dudes with dirty nails, stank dudes,
they would try to call us gay for everything. They would try to call us gay. Oh, you said, oh, why you do that? Blah, blah, blah. And then they go back and look at a gay dude's post or something like that, or attractive male that happens to be gay or gay partners, and then be like, how come the straight man don't look this good? I mean, maybe are these the same women? Maybe not. I don't know. They be like, how come they always dirty and dingy? They don't never do nothing or get their nails done. It's like some of these same girls are going back and saying that we get like, what? Pick one. Y'all need to, man. I'm telling you, y'all ladies need to have a conversation with each other. Y'all need to have a real debate or something.
or whatever the case may be, and they get intimidated by that. So I wanted to touch on that and say that I wasn't saying the 1099 thing to belittle her. I'm a business owner as well, and I understand those dynamics. I just wanted to know if she has like a more established self, a more established career
Something more steady, a
for
steady
herself.
paycheck.
Okay. So what do you look for in a woman? What are you looking for?
A woman that's well rounded, a woman, men, we often want two things, and I'm sure you can agree with.
If I was him, I would have worded it just truthful like that, because then she would have understood on that episode when he said that. And not have took it as like people wouldn't take it. They would take it less of a diss. Or, hey, I'm looking for a woman that has at least a more established job, W-2 or whatever. Maybe he could have kind of brushed up and sprinkled some of his past experiences of why he doesn't, he would rather have a W-2, you know what I mean? At least a part-time job and something stable with some type of stable income that's set to where, 1099s can be a little shaky.
Me on this, and that's peace.
1 month you might make a few thousand, the next month you might make nothing.
And a challenge, so a woman that's going to definitely bring peace, and a woman that's definitely going to bring a challenge, and always helping me push the bar forward on whatever things that we have that we set out to do.
Okay. I mean, on the show, you jump to sexual a lot. You boy it up so many times. And watching it back, do you feel like it was unnecessary at certain times?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think that, it was me more being myself that's you know, I when I went on the show, the first thing that was told to me is, "Oh yeah, be yourself. It's cool. It's a great environment." So I didn't think I would be going on there and being so judged, and people would be so judgmental. But I've been in that type of spotlight, you know, pretty much all my life. So I know that people are going to be judgmental, have their opinions. But
if he's talking about women's throats right in front of him, like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man, the throat game.
you know, mentioning sex a lot, yeah, because I have been drinking, and then you know, at the same time, I think it is an important part of a relationship, you know, and then just being myself, you know, I think that people are going to take you for who you are. And the best thing to do is just be yourself, because if you're not going to be yourself and you put on this facade, then eventually yourself is going to come out, and then this person didn't like that actual person that you were. So I am a very outspoken person for sure.
At least you know how he is when he's drunk. I can say that much. People that come on this show when they drunk, this is your drunk self. This is kind of actually you exposing another side of you. But on a dating show, when trying to get to know somebody, you coming out there, I mean, I don't know, you might run into a contestant that come on the show that's also drunk, and y'all might like each other. Or some people might have gotten matches when they be drunk on the show. Not saying it can't work, but people that's expressed like things like that in a certain way. There's examples out there. Like there's been dudes that came on the show that say, "Hey, I'm looking for a freak in the bedroom." It's happened a few times on this show and other shows. Well, this one specifically, right? There's people that have been on the lineup. There's been guys that say, or women that say, "Hey, I would like to. Are you okay with exploring things like sexually or something like that?" Like they'll say it in a different type of way to where it's understandable. It's like, okay, you putting that out there. Oh, okay, you letting you know. Oh, all right, you into a few things that we could talk about off camera. Okay, and they do that in a respectful way and they put it out there.
Sure.
Okay. I feel like this is how you should have came on the show. You know, even the way you're dressed, everything. Like if you came on like this, and you didn't drink,
not just like the Grinch, actually acting like the Grinch, the freaky Grinch,
it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
Now,
right.
so what would you say is
completely
next for you?
different?
Like, obviously, you called me. You said that you do want to come back on the show. So I actually want to say, if you do want to see him back on the show, comment down below. If you feel like he needs to, you know, come back again and he'll, you know, he might be a changed person, you know, comment down below on what you think now that you see him now, you know. Sometimes like you'll see people the first time and then you see them on this podcast and you're like, oh wow, they seem like they're different, right? So comment down below. Let me see what you guys think. But in terms of for you, what's next? What's coming up for you?
And come on a show like this. Come on a show just like this.
What do you want? What do you want to tell the people that's watching?
Man, I got so many things in the works, man. Since coming on that show, a lot of people reciprocated it well. A lot of people, you know, it's a lot of controversy and scrutiny. But when I'm out in public, a lot of people that see me when I'm traveling week to week, you know, back and forth from Arizona to Dallas and from Dallas to Florida and Vegas, running my businesses. People that see me, they recognize me, and they just, the first thing they say is, "Man, you're a funny dude." You know what I'm saying? Like you made me laugh a lot. I enjoyed watching you. A lot of the stuff that you were saying on the show was real, and that's what I've been getting. But you know, I brushed through some of those comments, and like I said, I've heard people talk too, and people are opinionated. So some people might have thought I was disrespectful, and you know, in regards to women, man, I'm 100% respectful of women. You know, I love women so much. God blessed me to make two of them. So I'm always going to definitely keep it respectful with the women. But next for me right now, we're expanding and opening a new hotel in Dallas. And we also have some podcast things in the works, some shows.
Okay.
I had been working on a movie for like 3 years, and it's just now coming on the time for me to drop that. So I'm about to release that. And man, just taking care of the kids, you know, getting ready for the summer.
You got a hotel opening, working on a movie. All right.
Some trips with them, and you know what I'm saying? Looking forward to coming back on the show, you know.
Real estate and entertainment.
And I actually want to touch up on one subject here, the disrespect, right? because you did say something that was wild. The throat comment, right?
Which part?
He actually bring it up separately. Okay.
The throat. When you said the throat.
Oh wow.
Remember?
The
Yeah.
girl look like you give good throat or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said.
Sure.
That was wild.
That was nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
So watching that back.
Yeah, that was a little
What do
over
you
the
have to
top.
say? Yeah. What do you have to say about that one?
That was a little, that was a little tad bit over the top. But like I said, I take full accountability for all my actions. And I kind of more or less look at it like, okay, you was drinking, it was funny, but like that's what I was saying. I want to come back on the show, without drinking and and see how that ball rolls. But yeah, man, it's easy to see someone one time, and this is entertainment, even though the show is based on reality. It's still our entertainment, right? People watch the show, they want to see people match, they want to see how things turn out and how people reciprocate each other. So, in no form or fashion was I trying to be the bad guy in the turtleneck, as they say.
Right.
Movie is always the guy with the turtleneck on. So.
I won't be surprised if BM asks him this question next. Question I'm about to say, because he talks about a lot of entertainment. This is entertainment. This is based in reality. Though this is real life. Then he mentioned the entertainment business. He's working on a movie, doing this and all that in public, and everybody recognize me and this and that and the third, right? BM usually asks him sometimes, are you actually looking for love? What makes you think that you're ready for a relationship? What's going through your head? If we put you back on this show, will you actually be looking for love?
Definitely not trying to be that guy, man.
If
For
even
real, just want to come back to see can I match with someone, and not only that either, just to show people a different side. And then plus, I enjoy you guys, man. I think what you guys got going on is a really, really, really great thing, and apparently a lot of people watch you guys, man, and a lot of people are entertained day by day by as they go through their lives. So. Yeah, man, it's a great platform, and I watched, I think, episode 42. Is that correct? Is that the latest one?
Yeah.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw the young lady that was on there that matched with the guy. She's got a lot of scrutiny around her, and I was like, man, why they didn't bring these type of women on when I came, man? Get a limit. Can we get a second round? And no disrespect to those ladies, because like I said, I talked to a lot of those girls after the show as well, and followed them online or whatever, and communicated with them. And they sweet people, man. All of those girls are some great rounded girls. I just want to say that, man. And the guys too. They got a group chat, and I talked to some of those guys and kind of keep in contact with them, and they all seem to be real rounded guys. They got a lot of great things going on, man. And
that
and
group
so,
chat, the group chat, is it positive? That
oh
group
yeah,
chat. Okay, that's good.
definitely positive. A lot of great feedback. Just a lot of young men on there that's kind of staying updated. Updated with each other. We were even talking about doing some kind of thing with you guys or something, and kind of bringing that up. Just to kind of follow up and see where everybody's at in their day to day. And I was interested to know the ones that did maps, how that turned out as well. Um, but yeah, man, we are ecstatic about
Damn, nigga, what you thinking about?
the new year and things that we have
We just ecstatic. We just we thinking about
coming along. So
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you came here and you took accountability and you came to kind of, tell people this is who I really am. And it's good. You called me and, you said you wanted to come on and present this side to you. So I think it's important for people to see this side, because you don't want people to have a bad image of you.
and even with this BM, and I don't mean to cut you short. Even with the whole dressing thing, people was like trying to make it seem like I couldn't dress or whatever, man. And I had Prada shoes on, Amiri pants, and
his outfit looked okay. It looked fine.
green Amiri turtleneck, man.
I just say he just looked like the Grinch.
you know, it was so many comments about the clothing, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm sharper than a razor.
I didn't think it was that bad. People be going overboard with the
Fly
goddamn.
as the eagle
Don't
everywhere.
look at the comments,
And
man.
and so I do want to come on I saw the fashion show segment thing that you guys had. And
Yeah.
yeah, man. So, you know, we started a clothing business about 8 years ago, me and three of my partners. And so we design clothes as well. So we've managed to work with a lot
Damn, nigga, okay. Movies, opening a hotel, and a clothing business. Shit.
of big names. And
Mm.
I definitely want to come on the fashion show, man, and pop in there, man, and show people that I can dress, man. Don't y'all be fooling y'all out here watching this stuff. Y'all be letting what is the old saying? Don't let the cover of the book fool you. You know, you got to read the book, man. There's layers to
Don't judge a book by its cover.
this, man. And I think I'm an interesting human being, but you know, that's for you guys to delve in and follow me online, man. A lot of those people didn't follow me online. They just kind of like, I think a lot of people shared those reactions, and people were so taken by it, but nobody knew who I was. They was like, "Who is this guy?" You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm.
I wasn't tagged in a lot of them. You know, so people can't really see that they can't see the face behind what they're seeing on the show. So, you know, they're not really seeing like, okay, this guy got some great things going on in his life and he's doing some
Mm.
major. But yeah, man, I'm staying focused on the positive side of things, and I've had a great feedback from the show. I can't really say anything negative have came from it besides just the scrutiny and people probably misconstruing what my energy was on there because I had been drinking, and I'm not like that every day. That's not me every day. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So I'm definitely a professional. And you know, in my leisure time, you know, I casually drink, and I just happened to have too many that day, and
Well,
it turned into
we know
episode
what you like when you get too many.
40.
That's it. All right.
I mean, yeah, like I said, so it's
So when you take the first sip and you in the vicinity and people look to the left, like, okay, we know what he gonna be like.
it's great that you took accountability. It's great that you wanted people to see this side of you. So hopefully people now see that side. Let's see what the people say in the comments.